And you?
Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. Final call.
final call, yeah. Already 4 weeks now, yeah.
Yeah. Went by
No, it is
fast.
fast actually. No, in the beginning time was passing so slowly, and now
Yeah.
it's running again.
Yeah. I took the kids to the school today. Everything is like, becoming more
Yeah.
hectic. You see on the street, the bicycles, the traffic, everything is.
Yeah. No, it's good.
So, how are you doing? I got your text. I just started
Yeah,
to read it. It's hard for me because it's in German.
yeah.
But it's a good practice for me, so
Oh, it's good.
it really.
No, maybe I will also do it. So I could also imagine to do a translation, but there are a couple of scenes which are very specifically toying with very German idiomatic expressions and so on. So I'm not that familiar with English, but definitely what
No, but
Christian
yeah,
mentioned.
that's perfectly fine, and it really is a good, good for me at least. It's good opportunity to read Deutsch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what have you been up to? Where everything stands now?
Yeah, well, well, I have a really now a final draft of the, or a draft, or a draft of, let's say, final version 1. And what I also figured out this week is that I think finally it's good if it's just one person or one performer that performs the whole thing, with this little theater, like a puppet player, with these LED lights, with the photo, with the fog machine, and so on, and also doing the text, and also doing the text, and as well the sounds, like with vocal sounds and body percussion, so that you have kind of this one person, one man theater, one woman theater thing, which I think is, under the conditions of a pandemic or under the conditions of a theater ban, the right equivalent to a piece which puts the audience in the center. So you have just one person performing the whole theater. Mm-hmm. And what I do now is really just to go through the text and really to perform every scene, and to make notations: what light, when comes light, which light comes from where, which sound I could do with my voice, with my, I don't know, I mean, in the contemporary music, we have extended also vocal techniques. It's not just singing or making some noises and so on. So I want to also talk to or work with people that are more familiar with those extended vocal techniques and so on, so that that actually one person in the end could perform this piece. And for this, I on the basis of this final draft now, I go through all the scenes, try them out, and really make notes in order to really compose lights, fog machine, sounds, body percussion, and so on.
And the performer will be there live doing stuff behind the scenes, like in live performance, or just recording stuff?
Finally, it is supposed to be a live performance.
Okay.
It has to be a live performance.
But it will be on stage or behind stage, like someone will sing?
I think. So basically, there are, as I said, there are two possibilities. So first, there is the physical one, which is a projection of an empty screen, of an empty stage on a screen in front of an audience. This can be in a theater or in any other performance space. And so the people have headphones and look at this screen and see the empty stage. And then parallelly, simultaneously, someone is performing.
Okay.
what they hear in the headphones and what they see on stage. Also they see on stage the different light cues and fog and so on. And maybe it is funny when they can kind of at the same time know that there is someone who performs this live, you know, or although they or the audience has to focus on the empty stage and what happens there and what happens through the earphones. But it is, I think it's actually quite funny if they knew that, yeah, maybe next to it they see, you know, the one man, one woman theater show, you know, so which is projected then on the screen, and the acoustic things.
But you also mean to, so you also mean that he will be like, someone will take his video live and project it, or it will be, okay, so it will be recorded live, like not recorded, but will be like live.
Broadcast live. So
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, you see, also let's see, you are in the audience, you know, and then you look on the screen, and next to the screen you see someone with a little photo, with a little camera, with lights, with a headset, with a microphone, with the text.
I understand.
This is the one-man theater, and this guy performs it live according to along my script, you know, and then the photograph and what happens there with lights and sound is projected live on the big screen.
I understand.
You know, so you have actually those two events. This is, I think, something, you know, yeah. So, and I think just to write, basically, the imaginary theater should be a performance for one performer, for a one-man theater, and an audience. So that's what it is. And so I go through all the scenes and do notes and blah, blah, and figure this out. And then we are also planning to do, can coordinate this. I would like to have at the end of June some kind of online tryout. This would be nice to have with an audience, you know, and also to figure out if this whole thing works, you know. So the idea would be in this online version that people are at home in front of their computers, and that you just broadcast.
I would love to be part of it, if possible. I would love to be part of it.
No, of course. You know, I will definitely send you the information when we set it up. Because what I'm going to do now, so we have kind of a little space for my music theater company. So my partner has a little space, and I will move maybe next week or the week after. I will move my little imaginary theater over there, and he has really also the sound stuff and so on. And so I can start to do tryouts there, and from there, hopefully, if everything is fine, then we can do a tryout broadcast online version of this thing.
Great.
You know, just figure out if this works. Yeah, and then I'm looking forward that Framed opens.
Totally.
And then, yeah. Do you know? Do you already do things? No, it's not.
We do some live streaming things.
Okay.
We do live streaming concerts now every Friday. Actually, tomorrow Yael is performing. My wife, she's, you know.
Okay, cool, nice.
So she has a performance tomorrow, and I think on Saturday there was supposed to be an exhibition there just before the Corona broke out.
Yeah.
So on Saturday they are planning to do like the opening, you know, in a few hours, and then like 2 people can be there at once, but you know.
Yeah, okay. No, but at least something is happening, right?
Yeah, so yeah, slowly, like small stuff, and with not too many people, but yeah, things are happening. So I don't know if we can start to discuss, you know, how to maybe make it happen.
Yeah.
I think it really can fit in frame. I mean, it's not it's not a theater. There isn't really a stage, but it is like a nice space to, I don't know, somehow.
Yeah.
You should come. No. You should come by. Actually, I'm there 2-3 times a week. So if you want to come by someday and just have a look on the space, and I can meet you in
No,
person.
I would love. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to.
So let's be in touch, and maybe next week someday or the week after.
Next week would be perfect. So we just stay in touch, and I come by, and because I've never. Also, I know I know the Keats there, but I don't know the space yet. And
Yeah.
I'm really.
So let's talk after the conversation, and we'll set a date.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, anything else?
Anything else? No. It's just what I also already thought, or I think what I really like about this whole project and about the thing. I mean, is that there is, for me personally, a lot of potential in this kind of attempt to kind of rethink theater a bit. With starting from the regulations which prohibit theater performance, actually, which evacuate the performers from stage.
Yeah.
So we are in a time of empty stage, and so just to go on thinking and to think about, okay, the audience is basically left alone. So what do we do with the audience? So we should kind of provide them with a theater which is about the audience. And this thinking leads me to also other attempts. We are right now, for example, there were invitations for my music theater company to Oslo to, for example, for September for a festival, music theater festival. Mm-hmm. And we had a big live. It's what? Pardon?
The name of the festival?
It's Ultima Oslo Contemporary Music Festival.
Okay.
And it's going to happen end of September, but they also have those regulations that they can't be, that the performers can't be close to each other, and also you have to keep the physical distance between the audience members and so on. So it's actually it's impossible to perform the piece we were supposed to perform there. So so they ask us to come up with an alternative version with the piece, and so we are now thinking about a video installation which also puts the audience in the center and maybe activates them to sing. Mm-hmm. So it's also coming from all this thinking that is quite inspiring for different kind of theater, also for the time when we go back to normal, hopefully, or I don't know, because it's also a huge question now for the theaters right now. So I mean, everywhere I will work in different theaters in September, and everywhere we have those measurements, those measures, those regulations, right, with physical distance, and the question is, okay, what do we do with theater? Do we put singers 6 meters away from each other, and do we update our old stagings? And I mean, it's difficult to imagine like this. So I would rather think, or I would like the theaters really to think about experimental new formats, really new forms, and not just to update or to kind of, I don't know, change their productions, and
that's what theater is for, right? To somehow reflect reality and somehow like be relevant and
exactly. Yeah. And it's not necessarily so much about having a new Corona piece here and there. It's just because it is, of course, it is a tragedy. This whole implications this virus has, with this physical distancing and so on. I mean, it's huge. It's really, it's driving us crazy, but starting from there and thinking about experimental new formats, right? This would be something which is interesting, and not to say, okay, how do we replace the choir? And maybe we do a recording, and now we only play monologues where I don't know, where actors read their favorite poems in front of a reduced audience. This would be the time for all theaters really to start about new experimental formats, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I hope they
totally.
do.
I feel this project is exactly that. I mean, that was so interesting for me, and I think it was, I must say, maybe the only project until now that was really, you know, not only okay, artists should make art and continue to write and perform, and musicians and music, but this one's, you know, really an attempt to somehow, you know, get a perspective and try to somehow, you know, I don't know, use the medium in order to, I don't know, somehow relate to the condition, and not in a simplified way, not in like, okay, let's do something about the corona, like the subject is corona. Conceptualized and try to, yeah, somehow, yeah, use the medium of theater in order to, yeah, to make something relevant to, you know, to the specific time of history, which is really, I think, yeah, crazy and unique. And so
yeah, and I think that's exactly the way how we should deal with this situation. You know, on the one hand, also embrace it, and at the same time also, yeah, be sad about it, and not to say, you know, okay, you know, we do as it's nothing, as if nothing was happening.
Yeah, at the beginning when everything started, I just felt, you know, that many people should just, you know, not say anything for a while. Everybody were, you know, just talking all the time, writing all the time, Facebook, social media, and I felt like, wow, people should, you know, just shut up for a while after this. Yeah, try to understand what's, you know, there's so much uncertainty. So, and this was, you know, a project was, you know, try to not just say the, I don't know, empty stage, you know, let the empty stage. I liked it from the minute, I mean, before we met, I liked the proposal for, you know, let the silence be presented as such, you know, and the emptiness, not able to say anything about something that we never experienced. And, and I think it's a very interesting project. I really like it.
No, and I like working on it. It's really good, nice, great opportunity. You know?
Okay, so with this note, I would like to really thank you. It was super interesting.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing, and thank you for, in a month you created I don't know, something that usually, I don't know, for me would take maybe months, years. So.
I had some time, right?
Yeah. But you used it. No? Everybody had time, but you did something with it.
Good.
So thank you so much, and let's be in touch, and maybe we can meet next week and try to realize this, you know, this
would be great. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you also. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Ciao.